It truly does not get much better than we got it last night for the UFC 314 event. I am absolutely ecstatic. Ecstatic. He did it, man. Volk fucking did it. He fucking won the belt. I told you guys. I'm 11-2 on picks, bringing my overall record to 146. I'm killing it in predictions, dude. I'm over 66%, which is nuts. Let's recap the card, dude. This was an insane card. This was an insane card. Volk gets his belt back. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is, like, we don't get a lot of happy, fun, and, like, we don't get fairytale moments in MMA. We don't get it. Never. Pretty much never. It's always our favorite fighters getting old, getting knocked out brutally in a sad fashion. Volk just got his fucking belt back at 36 years old. I mean, this guy is a top 5 fighter of all time. When you saw my all-time fighters rankings, I had him listed at number 5, I believe. Behind Islam, DJ, GSP, Jones. Dude, like, he's like that. He's still there. I get like it's never changing. It's literally never changing. What this guy just did was come back from a year layoff after getting knocked out twice in a row by younger fighters than him. Faces an extremely dangerous power puncher who's very good in Diego Lopez. And he won. He won the fucking decision. This is crazy. Something is bothering me in my hand right now. But, I mean, he's the fucking guy. Now, before people go, dude, Volk was running the whole fight. Like, fuck off. You don't know how to watch the sport. The sport isn't for you. Fuck off. He was not running the whole time. In the 5th round at the end, he was staying safe because he knew he had the fight in the bag. And he knew that he was facing a power puncher in Diego Lopez. So he didn't want to get knocked out and not win his belt just by being being ego heavy. That's why he lost to Ilya in the first place. He had to fucking fight him on 3 months' notice after cutting down in weight, after taking a short notice fight against Islam Makhachev and getting knocked out in the first round. Round 1 kicks off, and Volk's cooking. I mean, we're cooking with Volk on this one. Lopez looks very hesitant to throw, trying to, like, measure, get what's going on with Volkanovski. Volkanovski's moving a lot, not really switching stances that much, but landing good calf kicks, throwing the jab out there, landing him a good amount. Really trying to get reads on Lopez, and he actually cracked Lopez with a really big shot in round 1 that wobbled Lopez, got him really, really hurt, and you're like, oh my god, Volk's putting on a clinic. Gets to the clinch, lands some good ground and pound, lands some good damage again in the clinch against the fence, ends up getting Lopez to the ground and lands some amazing ground and pound. Amazing ground and pound, like only Volk can do, and you're like, the Terminator is fucking back. Round 1 goes to Volk, easy. Round 2 comes around. Lopez is starting to throw a little bit more, but Volk is absolutely destroying him all around. He lands another big right hand, and that's one of the things with Volk is, like, he was doing a great job of peppering the jab out there. Then they'd get in the pocket, and Volk would trade with him, and there were moments where Volk was getting the better of these exchanges, like early on in the first round and in, like, the first part of the second round. That all changed at the end of the second round. We'll get there in a sec, but Volk's landing, like, he's timing things perfectly. Lopez is throwing a low kick, he's throwing a big right hand time up the middle. He's throwing an overhand. He's throwing, like, winging like an overhand left hook, uppercut, going under. Like, he's timing things perfectly. He's looking and he's reading Lopez. Like, this isn't prime Volk 2. This isn't the Volk that fought Makhachev. It's definitely he was fast. He was definitely faster than Lopez, but it wasn't the best version of Volk we've seen. It was a very good version. I'm just saying the best version of Volk we've seen is one of the best fighters that God has ever graced us with. Plain and simple. This was a very, very good version of Volkanovski, but it wasn't the one that fought Makhachev. It wasn't. It wasn't the one that fought Max the third time. It wasn't the one that fought Yair. But he was nasty still. He was still nasty. Popping the jab, landing it whenever he wanted to. Countering Diego Lopez's punches with a big right hand. Like, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. He landed over 50% of his strikes. Like, well over. He landed about 60% of his strikes. That was nuts. Absolutely insane. Oh my god, Volk, you're the man. He's the fucking man, dude. Round 2, though, as we keep going, Volk has a really good punch that, like, sends Lopez back against the fence, but he is dominating the whole round, and then with, like, 15 seconds left in the round. Lopez lands a straight right hand that just flattens Volk to the ground, and I'm freaking out going, oh my god, no way. Volk survives it, gets to the end of the round. I still score that a Volk round. Yes, Lopez got a knockdown, but Volk almost knocked Lopez down with a big shot that sent him going all the way back against the fence, and the rest of the round was Volkanovski dominating, like absolutely dominating, couldn't be hit, and was landing really, really good. Round 3, Volk again stays safe, goes on cruise control, landing the jab. They're starting to exchange. Volk's landing really, really good punches in the exchange. He's dominating Lopez again, and wins round 3 very, very clearly, very dominantly. Round 4 has a moment where like Lopez lands a jab that like slides off the eye of Volk and it bothers him, and Volk like dips down, and Lopez sees it coming, throws a sick uppercut that almost absolutely KOs Volk. Almost KOs Volk. But he stays in there. But Volk's kind of like, he's trying to like dodge everything that's going on at this point. Because he's like, dude, I can't see anything. But he had moments where he's like, I'm in a fucking fight. Yeah, I made him going to throw back, mate. And he's just, Lopez is charging at him. He can't even see Lopez, but he's throwing. And he's landing a big overhand. That's the thing. Like, Volk was landing big overhands, landing really, really good punches. Lopez was just dogging him. Ooh, pause. Was just walking him right down for the entire 4th round. I give round 4 to Lopez. I think he did land like 12 strikes less or something like that, 12 significant strikes less than Volkanovski, but his punches were doing more. Volk was kind of moving a lot, like couldn't really see, and he was damaged the most. So Lopez had a good round 4, but round 5, Volk put it in cruise control, and he won the 5th round. He was backing up a little bit, like kicking at the legs, jabbing, jab, 2, they'd get in the pocket, he'd exchange a little bit, and then he'd get back out, playing very smart, very safe, knowing he has the fight won, 3 rounds in the bag at least, and he played it safe. He won the 5th round. Now, there was a moment where Lopez was trying to, like, get Volk to engage, going, come on, like, let's go, let's fight, and Volk was kind of, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, I'll fight, and then he would, like, throw one and get out, because he's like, I gotta kill time here, like I'm gonna win the decision, and if I get in a firefight with Lopez, he can still put me out. And credit to Lopez, because as the fight went on, he got way better. His cardio significantly improved. He started recognizing patterns, not like Bryce Mitchell recognizes patterns, but he started recognizing patterns, started doubling up on the jab, and he was like, all right, that landed. Then he would double up and throw the right hand across. Volk would notice that the right hand was coming across, and then when Lopez would throw the right hand again, Volk would be out of the way. So Lopez would go, okay, he's waiting for that right hand to come across off the double jab. I'm going to throw an uppercut. So he would double jab, wait a second, and throw an uppercut. And he was doing a better job of mixing things up, but he did kind of just turn into a pure boxer. I know that he wasn't going to be able to take Volk down, but he did abandon his kicks. Volk just kind of, he overwhelmed his mind. Like, he overstimulated his brain a little bit in that fight, it seems. So, Volk just put on an amazing performance, gets his belt back. Lopez is the real deal, man. Like, we're not going to hate on Lopez. It's just he was fighting Volk. Like, I was Team Volk all week. I'm always going to be Team Volk. Don't matter who he's fighting. I like Lopez a lot, though. I really do. This is the real deal. He'll be back. But this sets up great fight. Like, this sets up Lopez versus Yair. It sets it up perfectly. So, I think Volk put on an amazing performance, gets his belt back. We don't get many great moments like this in MMA. Cherish it. This was one of the best outcomes, happiest outcomes that fans could have possibly had. We don't get moments like this, man. Just cherish it, because it was absolutely beautiful. What a performance. Kudos to Lopez for hanging in there, having the cardio to keep going, but it was Volk's night, man. He did a great job. Great job. And I think he's going to defend. If he fights Evloev, I think he can defend. I think it's, because, like, what is Evloev going to do to him? Try and grapple him? That's not going to work. We've seen it not work. He's not the power puncher that Lopez is. The danger for Volk is a power punch. That's why, like, if Volk fights Gene Silva, I think he's fucking cooked. He better retire before then. But Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Guys, this went pretty close to how I thought. Chandler did get a takedown in the first round. Had some control time, was trying to land shots, did struggle to. But when it was on the feet, like, Paddy just dominated him on the feet. Kept at range, landed really good low kicks, landed a couple of kicks to the body, and then would just pepper the jab up top. He would hit him with the jab. Chandler would come in. He'd hit him with the check hook. Chandler could not find his range, could not get to Paddy at all. Chandler looked bad, but I think Paddy made him look worse. Round 1, Chandler has a couple moments, right? Gets the takedown. Round 2, I mean, so Patty wins the first round still because Chandler didn't do enough damage on the ground. Patty did jump for like a flying triangle, which would have been sick, but he didn't get it, obviously, or we'd be talking about that nonstop. Um, but he ended up getting back to his feet, landing some good low kicks, landing the jab. He's fighting better than Chandler is. Chandler's, again, too hesitant, kind of like he was against Oliveira. Just wouldn't get going. Round two, Paddy Pimblett's able to get control of the grappling, gets control of Chandler's back, doesn't get the submission, but he's threatening with it. He's landing good punches to the face. Like, Pimblett does a great job in the grappling and a little bit in the striking in the second round, dominantly wins that round, gets some good ground and pound off, and that's one of the things, like, Pimblett has great ground and pound. Round three, I'm so glad 12-6 elbows are legal because it made things crazy. Round three, Chandler's kind of, he realizes he's like, all right, dude, I got to put some pace on this kid now. It's later rounds. Like, let's see what this kid's made of. You know, he's going to pull up by the bootstraps and he's going to try and take it to this kid. Man, no, not how it happens because Chandler goes in, does this thing where he consistently dips his head to like dodge punches and try and wing one of his own. And Pimblett throws a flying knee that busts his face right open. Cuts him right open on the cheek. Chandler's clearly hurt, like walking backwards. Pimblett's hunting him down, throwing punches. And Chandler does this thing where he runs away, where he's like, please don't hit me. And he like puts both of his hands to his side to try and like get people away. Patty's too big. He gets to him, starts landing punches, gets to the ground and pound position, and just starts dominating. Just 12-6, 12-6, 12-6, 12-6, nonstop. Gets the finish over Michael Chandler. Paddy Pimblett's the real fucking deal. He's a very, very good fighter, dude. He's here for the title run, baby. I don't think he gets it, but I think that my prediction of title fights that will happen in the future, Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria, it's looking good, dude. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Chandler just got I mean, we got to seriously start thinking about Chandler. Like, I don't think he's getting cut, but like he can only have like so many big fights before it's like, all right, dude, like you're not getting on pay-per-views anymore. Like we're not putting Chandler on a fucking pay-per-view because he's just taking up a spot that's not worth it. He is. I mean, like what do you do with Chandler? Like do you have him fight a Fares Siam and bill Fares Siam's name? Or is that like, well, everyone beats Michael Chandler, so Siam's gonna? Because at this point, like you're not taking Chandler over Fares Siam. Or do you go like Chandler, go to 170, fight Colby for like a mega fight? Go to fucking stay at 155 or have Pitbull come up to 155 and do a Pitbull versus Chandler fight. Like, I don't know. I'm happy. They should have just gave them like, Conor McGregor, you gotta fight somebody. Come fight me. Like, dude, you're not getting the McGregor fight, little bro. McGregor kind of crushed the rest of his career. Because he had 2 years of sitting out where it would have been his last 2 years of like not being a ridiculously old man that can't fight. Now he just looks geriatric and old. I'm not taking anything away from Patty because Patty beat him up better than Charles did. He just beat him up way better than Charles did. Better than Gaethje did. It was a tremendous performance from Patty. Chandler stinks though. God, I'm so happy Chandler lost, dude. I don't like Chandler for those of you that don't know. Patty's a beast, dude. Those elbows are so nasty, and like he wants to call someone in the top 5. Like, why not? He's such a huge star. Why not give him someone in the top 5? He had Dave Portnoy cheering for him in the crowd. Obviously, Dave Portnoy also did another little thing at the press conference. That he was a good little goy for that one. But I'm in America. I don't even know if I should be able to say that because we'll get to Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva in a minute. But no, Paddy Pimblett. Absolute monster. Like, dominated that fight. Looked so good in it. Man, what a performance. Moving on, Yair versus Pitbull. This was pretty much what we said it was going to be, right? Like, Yair really took it to him. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer of a fight than it was, but the first round, Pitbull, like, could not throw anything, could not get any offense going, just didn't have it. Didn't know what to do. Yair was too fast for him. He's like giving him so many reads. You don't know what to do. Low kick, body kick, high kick, jab, low kick, body kick, high kick, jab. Like he's throwing kicks from areas and he's just getting to the chin of Pitbull. And you're like, how the fuck did that get there? Insane kicking game. Dominates Patricio round 1. Just has him like, again, kind of like Volk did, overstimulated in the head. Doesn't know really what to do with the next shot. Made Patricio Pitbull look like an old Bellator fighter, honestly. Round 2 comes around. Pitbull's getting going a little bit more. Gets a takedown, gets some grappling in. But, again, he's landing some shots of his own. Yair's got a chin, though. He can take them. He does take the shots well, and he lands some of his own. Again, takes the round, does a great job winning. There, just is so active during the fight, like very active, very fast, like great fighter to watch. So Yair again wins round 2, and then round 3 he sends a 1-2 down the middle that drops Pitbull, and he almost knocked him out with the 1-2, which is crazy, but it was so fast. Like Yair has insane speed. He's a super difficult matchup for everyone to face. He looked really, really good. He looked really, really good. So Yair, he held it down for the UFC fighters, man. He held it down for the UFC, wins that fight dominantly, 30-27, calls out for a title fight, said, I think he said Mick or Sean, like they promised me a title fight if I win this, so hey, let's get a title fight, Guadalajara, me for the title, right? No, you get Lopez. We do Yair Lopez in Guadalajara, co-main event, 5 rounds. Perfect. And then someone else fights for the title there because you don't get a title fight for beating Patricio Pitbull in his debut to the UFC, 30-27 decision, after losing to Ortega and Volk back-to-back. You just don't. So you wait this one out, Yair. You'll get your shot in a little. Fight Lopez if you win, then we can start talking title shots. Moving on. The one thing that I wanted that I didn't get. It's okay, because everything else I wanted I got. Gene Silva versus Bryce Mitchell. I thought Bryce won round 1. I actually did. I thought he was landing better strikes. Silva landed some good ones, but Bryce was doing a really good job, like landing great low kicks that were hurting Gene Silva's leg, threw some kicks to the body, threw side kicks up top, landed a jab or two. Thought he was winning the round in the striking. I thought he won the round in the striking in round 1. He had a couple of takedowns attempts, had some control in the first round. Gene Silva went for a guillotine, but never really had it locked up. Bryce Mitchell, it looked like it was getting close, actually, but Bryce Mitchell's too tough for that shit. Got out of it, and is able to get some control of his own. So wins that first round for me based off of some control, but also when they're on the feet, does a good job. Like, I don't think the Gilly was that... I just... If you're jumping a guillotine and accepting a takedown and you don't get the guillotine, it's like... How much... I know it's pretty much contradicting what I thought about Charles in the first round of their Arman fight, but look at how that fight got scored. I think Bryce won the first round, though. It was pretty even when they were on the feet. And then Bryce did have some good control in moments. And Gene Silva had a submission attempt. So I'm giving that one to Bryce. I thought he won round 1. Round 2, Gene Silva had his way. Like, he really just did. He landed a big right hand down the middle. Again, it's the same... So he started trying to do what Rufy did, where he, like, went, like, 2, 3, intentionally missed the 3, and then spinning back kick. Doesn't get it when he tries the Rufy style one. But in round 2, he gets a knockdown on Bryce Mitchell. Sick knockdown. Again, with he has a really good, like, 3-2 combination, and that's what he does to get those knockdowns. He goes 3-2 down the middle, knocks down Bryce Mitchell. He waves him back up. Bryce Mitchell obliges, goes, I'm not staying on the ground, brother. Gets up. They're exchanging a little bit. Silva's trying to go for the kill, measuring it a little bit. Ends up landing a spin kick to the head, and Bryce doesn't go down from that. He eats it. But then Bryce shoots again for a takedown, and he's just leaving his head there. As he's getting in the grappling exchanges, I just didn't think he had... I think when he got out of the submission of Gene Silva, when he got out of the guillotine, he goes, this guy don't got nothing for me in the submission game. So he just goes in, gets Gene Silva ends up getting a ninja choke. They call it a guillotine, dude. That was a ninja choke. He gets a ninja choke on Bryce Mitchell, and it is tight. He almost had one earlier, but let it go. He gets a really tight ninja choke on this one, doesn't let it go. Bryce Mitchell's trying to get out, can't, taps. Silva lets go, Bryce Mitchell's asleep. Like, really, really good submission from Gene Silva. Yeah, dude, he's a monster. It's just weird with these... I'm never picking against a fighting nerd again. That's one thing I'll say, is I'm just never going to pick against a fighting nerd again. They don't lose, bro. He goes in there. Now, I'm not saying he's on steroids. I'm not saying to you right now he's on steroids, but this guy can throw with as much power as he wants and not get tired. This guy can defend as many takedowns as he wants and not get tired. This guy can go as hard as he wants for submissions and not get tired. He looks the way he looks. He has the power he has. I just... I can't say he's on roids unless he pops for it. I can't. But like, dude, it's just one of those things where like he could be, and we would never fucking know. That could be the strength of plot armor, to be honest. But it really was a great performance from Gene Silva. Dave Portnoy wearing the hat, holding up the flag, trying to get brownie points, doing that bullshit to Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, you be a good little goy. All right, you be a good little goy, Portnoy. I'm glad Gene Silva won this one for, them, by the way. But anyway, moving on. Nikita Krylov versus Dom Reyes. Great performance from Silva, dude. This guy is going to be ranked. They're going to put him above where Mitchell was in the rankings. I just think he's going to... They're going to give him like a top 10 ranking. And then it's just going to justify them to have like one fight before the title. Like they'll have him fight... I don't know. I'd love to see him and Emmett, but like Emmett's too low at this point. They're gonna give him like the Ortega fight just to like build his name off of an old guy that won't be in the division that much longer. So if he gets the title, he can defend against new guys. That's what it's gonna be. That's my prediction. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Nikita Krylov, Dom Reyes. Now the crowd is now electric because Trump just walked in the building, so the crowd all of a sudden got electric. But Dom Reyes title run is back. The title run it's happening. 3 wins in a row, 3 knockouts in a row. Krylov is a dangerous guy, but I read this perfectly. Krylov is going to look a little lackluster in that first round, and Dom can either win a decision because he wins the first round so dominantly, or he can get a knockout in the first round. Krylov did not look his best because he has ring rust. He's been off for a long time. And you better believe that when Dom Reyes is repping the USA and Krylov's walking out with a Russian flag and Trump's at ringside, Dom Reyes is getting that knockout. He's getting the performance bonus. Absolute monster. Monster. What a performance from Dom Reyes. He got rocked on one shot. He also rocked Krylov with a jab that had Krylov like buckled, and he's just like, all right, waiting, locking him in, body kick, low kick, jab again, misses, left hand. And then Krylov like lunges in with like a 1-2 lunge, or maybe it was a 2-3 lunge, and Reyes just pull back, boom, right on the chin with all the power he has, slept Krylov with that shot, and then followed up, bang, bang, game over. Dom Reyes title run continues. You got Rakic in the division that I think he can beat. Dude, I think he can beat Nolberg, just don't give him Yuri, bro. Don't do that. Don't give him Yuri. Don't give him a Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree winner. Give him someone he can chin so we can have our storyline continue. Please. Dom Reyes is back. I like Krylov, but Dom Reyes is so back. He's such a good fighter. He's so back. He's so athletic. Monster. Dom Reyes. First round knockout. We rejoice. Dude, I cooked on this. I went 4-1 on the main card. The only guy I picked that got wrong was Bryce Mitchell because I was picking him because I had to, right? Like, I just had to. Moving on, Dan Ige, Sean Woodson. Now, I thought this fight was 1-1. All the judges had it 2-0 Ige. A lot of people in my group chat had it 2-0 Woodson. I just thought Woodson wasn't landing anything of damage, and anytime Ige would land, it would, like, send Woodson back a little bit. This was a really, really early stoppage. Very, very early stoppage. I thought it was 1-1. Dan Ige did look like he was on his way to winning the third anyway. He hurt Woodson bad, had him wobbled. Woodson did shoot a really bad and ugly takedown, which I think contributed to why it was called off so early, but this really was a terrible stoppage. I'm always happy to see Dan Ige win. This was a really bad. We're gonna get to Mihal and Jacek and Cedricus Dumas in a second, but I thought it was a bad stoppage. I really did. Ige had him hurt for sure. Had him wobbled. Had Woodson shooting that bad takedown, which Woodson never does. By the way, Woodson's takedown defense is sick. Ige got in close and in on a few takedowns and just couldn't get it. Woodson sneaky has sick takedown defense. But this alien, I mean, maybe they just wanted him to lose the fight so they didn't have to show him on TV anymore. I mean, seriously, I think we found out who was flying the drones over New Jersey. Like, I mean, Sean Woodson, we know what you're up to, brother. Terrified this guy was laying eggs in the cage, like, honestly. So, Dan Ige did his thing, had his fireman mustache, went in there and just put him out. But, yeah, I thought it was an early stoppage. I do feel bad for Woodson, honestly, because that was a very early stoppage. I just think that they were so scared with having him in the building. They're like, dude, listen, everyone's like, oh, Trump was there because he enjoys the fights. I think they were investigating Sean Woodson. Like, they were just making sure that nothing fishy was going on. They had to see what that was all about. He escaped Area 51. Dan Ige gets the win, though. I'm happy about it. I thought he was going to be on his way to winning a 2-1 decision. I thought he won the first round. I thought Woodson won the second. I don't know why the judges had a 2-0 Ige. That was really bad scoring. I thought round 2 was pretty clear to Sean Woodson, but anyway, Dan Ige wins the fight. I get that underdog pick right. I finally get help from the... See, this was why the card was so good. I finally got help from the fuckery that be. Yan Xiaonan versus Werner Jandrodova. Don't need to spend too much time on this. This was Yan Xiaonan looking good in the takedown defense for the first 2 minutes. And then eventually Werner Jandrodova getting a takedown in each round and dominating the positional control. Almost had submissions in each round. Kept going for arm bars in like the last 15, 20 seconds of each round. Just because I assumed that she knew she wasn't going to lose position after if she didn't get it. Almost had it a couple times, but Yan Xiaonan's submission defense was good. She just can't get back to her feet. And another thing is, like, Verna's very, very good with the control. They didn't give her an octagon interview. Can't stink it up like that and look like that and have an octagon interview. Sorry, it's not working. But Verna did just dominate Yan Xiaonan. This is the first fight of the card I got. This is the only other fight other than the Mitchell one I got wrong. And you guys heard me if you watched the prediction video. I picked Verna originally, and then I went back to Yan Xiaonan. Stupid decision of me, but Werner Jandrodova, a great performance, ends up winning. She's going to be next for the title shot, but like, she's going to have to wait for Zhang Weili because we don't care about Verna versus Zhang Weili. We care about Zhang Weili going up for a second belt. Jim Miller, Chase Hooper. Round 1 was actually very fun. Jim Miller landed some good shots at moments. Chase Hooper landed a couple good shots, landed really good teep kicks, or body front kicks, I guess I would say. And when it got to the grappling, this was really just Chase Hooper dominating in the grappling. Now, Jim Miller's submission defense is very, very, very good. Very, very good. But Chase Hooper really did just dominate in rounds 2 and 3. Had multiple position times where he was like in a banana split position. Was going for a twister at moments. That would have been sick. But it was a little bit of a dull fight. Round 1 was really, really fun. Like, Jim Miller was very competitive on round 1. They had moments on the feet where they were cracking each other back and forth. The grappling scrambles were really good. But round 2 and 3, Chase Hooper just turned into like a Dagestani. I was going to say Hamzat, but Hamzat's a lot more fun than what Chase Hooper put on in terms of the grappling display. I know Bedtime calls him Chase Du Bronx, but really, really good grappling display from Chase Hooper. He just dominated rounds 2 and 3. Just had Jim Miller in bad positions or in positions that he was able to control or threaten enough with a submission where Jim Miller was like, I'm not going to make a mistake and risk myself getting in a terrible spot. So, great performance from Chase Hooper. I expected a little bit more, but, dude, Jim Miller's a tough out. He really is. And he's not done like we're going to see in the next fight. Like, he can keep fighting. So, Chase Hooper, he did say in the post-fight interview, he's like, sorry, guys, would have wished I had a better performance. Just too much gooning in this camp. And he, like, points to his right arm. I'm like, this guy, dude. Even though he just put on a boring performance, you got my respect, Hooper. Like, you do. That was funny as shit. Like, that really was. So, Chase Hooper, better post-fight interview than it was a fight. But round 1 was fun. Don't get it twisted. Speaking of a guy that should be out of the UFC, please cut Darren Elkins, like, for his own sake. He looked so bad. Got a takedown at one point. Orosa hits an up kick. And ever since that up kick landed, Elkins could not do a thing. Could not do a thing. Anything Orosa hit him with was wobbling him and hurting him. He was shooting for takedowns. Orosa had multiple times where he could have got a guillotine, could have gotten like a Darce choke. Just said, no, I want the knockout, and he just beat up on Darren Elkins the whole time. Timing knees up the middle, landing good kicks up top too. He's landing some head kicks, landing front kicks too, and just anything he touched Elkins with hurt him. Elbow, hook, uppercut, jab, cross, anything he was hitting Elkins with. This was a sad, sad performance. Like, it was really sad to see. Please cut Darren Elkins, man. Like, you're paying him a shit ton of money. He's not good. I don't get how he's coming off a 2-fight win streak, but he looks so geriatric and old in this one. You can't keep having him fight, dude. It's sad to watch. He's so broken. Like, please cut Darren Elkins. Good performance from Orosa, but, like, what do you expect? It's Darren Elkins. Good performance from Orosa. I don't want to let it shade, but, like, we knew that was coming. Cedric Dumas versus Michal and Jacek. I don't get how people are calling this a bad decision. I'm so bad. Not many people are actually calling this a bad stoppage. But it's like Cedric Dumas is complaining after the ref pulled him off. Like, dude, I was still in it. It's like, you didn't land a single strike to the head. You were a victim out there the whole time. Michal Jacek joins the Fighting Nerds and immediately gets plot armor. Walks forward the whole time, landing bombs on Cedric Dumas. He honestly lands great straights to the body and then ends up landing like a elbow that sits down Cedric Dumas. And he just goes in for the kill. Elbows, 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 elbows. And Cedric Dumas has some are landing, like the punches to the outside of the head were landing. The elbows were landing on the guard of Cedric Dumas. But Cedric Dumas stood there for 30 seconds, getting wailed on, not improving position, not intelligently defending, just in a fetal position the entire time, eating elbow after elbow after elbow. It's like, the ref has to stop that fight. You're just mad because you're trash, bro. Like, he's trash. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. Oh, my God. Look at me sitting on my couch calling this guy trash. Great performance from Michal Jacek. He's got the Fighting Nerds plot armor, dude. I love it. Let's go. Michal, big win. Sumo Derji versus Mitch Raposo. This was a pretty boring fight. Mitch Raposo tried turning into a Dagestani, landed a total of 9 significant strikes. Like, I thought this was clear. Sumo Derji won. Round 1 could go to Raposo. Round 2 and 3 were clear to Muderji for me. Honestly, 1 could have gone to Muderji too. It's just, like, damage wins fights, guys. Like, I don't understand what people don't get about that. Damage wins fights. Sumo Derji was landing the low kicks, landing the punches up top. And Mitch Raposo was just shooting for the legs the whole time, not even throwing. So, good performance from Muderji. Mitch Raposo tried to make it as boring as possible, but Sumo Derji won, dude. This is a 29-28 win for Muderji. I don't get how the judges had a split. I honestly thought it was clear. Sumo Derji wins. One of the more boring fights on the card. Now, this next one, Tresean Gore, Marco Tulio, was a sick, fun fight. Performance of the year, arguably, for Marco Tulio. He made Tresean Gore look like a victim. Tresean Gore took a ton of punishment. The output that Marco Tulio put on, the significant strike accuracy, 127 of 175, 40 of 42 to the body, 13 of 13 to the legs, throwing spinning kicks and landing them. This guy was a monster. First round, beat up on Tresean Gore. Got caught with a hook that wobbled him for a second, but ended up beating up on Tresean Gore the whole fight. He beat him up. Then he was throwing teeps to the body, push kicks to the body, spin kicks to the body, low kicks, spin kicks up top, 1-2s, hooks, uppercuts, knees. This guy was a monster the whole fight. Monster. Knocks down Tresean Gore twice. Ends up getting a finish. Violent ground and pound. Just destroyed Tresean Gore. Dude, kudos to Tresean Gore for staying in there as long as he did. Marco Tulio is a serious and I know he's dating Norma Dumont now, so he's got extra energy, extra motivation, but Marco Tulio is a fucking bad man, dude. He's a bad man. Super excited to see what this guy does. Insane. Should have got a performance of the night bonus, but like I get you giving it to Reyes and Pimlet and then doing fight of the night for Diego and Volk. So Tresean Gore, Marco Tulio, sick round. First round was sick. Round 2 was just a beatdown. And then Nora Cornell versus Haley Cowan. Haley Cowan did good in the grappling in the first round. She's too cute for MMA, I think is what it is, guys. I really do. Nora Cornell, a little more butch. In the second round, engages in the grappling, is able to take Haley Cowan's back and just go for submissions until she gets it. Locks it up. Submission for Nora Cornell, gets the win. 11-2 on picks, guys. This card was amazing. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Like, we don't get, like I said at the beginning of the video, man, we don't get fairy tale moments in MMA. We got our fairy tale moment. I'm so happy. Let's go, Volk. Lopez will be back, but hopefully Volk will be retired. God, that was awesome, dude. Can't wait. Next week's off for UFC, but we got Kansas City coming up soon. And dude, I can't pick, last comment to make before the video, I can't pick against the Fighting Nerds until someone loses. I was gonna pick Ian Gary, dude. I'm not kidding. I just thought he was a bad matchup for practice where he'll be able to jab and run away the whole time. Jab, low kick, run away. I somehow think Pratis will find a way to find the chin and knock him out now. Now I'm going to pick Pratis because, the nerds just don't lose. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. What an event, dude. That's the best event of the year so far, I will say. Best event of the year so far.